Savage.
Hey everybody, welcome to the party. I hope everybody can see and hear me okay. This is quite a monumental number. I love this number, 1010. There's a symmetry to it, 1010. Binary, you know, something organic. Or artificial, I guess. But yeah, thanks for joining me today, everybody. Excited. Let's go. Let's keep spoilers out of the chat. All right. I don't know anything about the chapter. Very happy about that. I did see that some other people got spoiled. That's not good. Let's keep spoilers out of the chat. And here we go. I'm gonna set myself up with some OST.
Savage.
I hope everybody's doing well today. I know that I had the the stream accidentally set for tomorrow. That was definitely not the intention. Yeah, we want to, like the nobody wants to wait. You know, if I ever have to do a stream on a Saturday or something, I'll probably do a community post, so be sure to look out for that. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. I saw a quick thing on the chat. Someone said that they loved the episode of Henny. Cool. That's cool. All right. I'm over at OnePieceChapters.com. Chapter 10. 10 hundo and 10. 1010. Conqueror's Haki. Okay. All right. Okay. Conqueror's Haki. Okay. Preparing myself. We got applying eye drops. That's cute. I'd rather it be a actual cover story, you know, detailing things on you know, what's happening on Whole Cake with pudding and katakuri and all that, but you know, I will take the request. All right, Big Mom's fallen. Let's go. As always, I'm not going to read the dialogue. I'm just going to react as I go along, and we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, okay. Zeus is still trapped. Zoro's still going in on Prometheus. Zoro is not looking good. Law just echoed my sentiments. Moving on to page 2. Damn, Kaido's a savage. You've become an invalid. Oh man, Luffy is out. Oh, Kaido is on the Zoro offensive. All right, let's see. Pop. Law switched him out. Okay. Injection shot. Damn, that looks brutal. I'm here for it. Curtain. Okay, this is something new. His abilities throw him off. Alright, the homies are after Big Mom. If Prometheus gets down there, she can use him to fly on. Okay. Alright. Leave Big Mom to us. That's interesting. Alright, I'm on the page with Big Mom being saved by Prometheus. Ooh, what's the Prometheus favor, guys? That's gonna be that's the question of the chapter, right? All right, next chapter, next page. Luffy's really out. Come on, man. This next attack will be my last. Oh. Zoro boys are getting a huge W right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. That's my captain you got there. You know, I love when Zoro, he just has those, like, bro moments. I really love that stuff. Oh, this is what everybody's been waiting for. Post-time skip Ashura. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. You should take my head before you get ahead of yourself. Okay. Farce of the Dead. Man. Look at this boy go. Look at this boy. ZKK boys are probably having a field day right now. Now, is this a play on Thunder Bagua, Hell Hake? Is that spelled the same way as Raime Hake? Boom. This man cut Kaido. He did it. He did it. He cut Kaido. Oh. It can't be. You have Conqueror's Haki too? Savage. It'll leave a scar. You know, normally I don't read the dialogue, but it's just so badass that I gotta point these moments out. Whoo! Okay, all right. Law just got hit with the Thunder Bagua. All right. Oh, it was a double hit. It was a double hitter. Zoro and Law. See, now this is what I was waiting for. Everybody to get trashed. Now the real fun can begin. Ooh. The hero of our story. He is standing up. And the music in my ear is perfect for this moment, too. Oh, wow. Interesting. Conqueror's Haki. You can use it to coach yourself. Now, this is what people have been trying to figure out. The level above Conqueror's Haki. Power scalers and all that, they're going to have a field day. Alright. Kaido's on the offensive. He's going after Luffy. It's a nice hit from Luffy. I like that. I like that. Ooh, that's a beautiful looking punch. That's the that is the same effect that was on Roger's sword. I know everybody's probably pointing that out. This panel with Luffy, you know, readying his punch. Oh, man. So now we understand the Roger and Whitebeard clash was because they put Conqueror's Haki on their swords. And now our boy Luffy just put Conqueror's Haki on his fist. What's this about to do? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now that's a traditional panel right there. That hit on Kaido. We've seen that against everyone. You know, we've seen that against Crocodile. Oda loves drawing it that way. Wow. Okay. Okay, we're not done here. We're not out. This is interesting. Ooh, the uppercut, though. My boy Luffy hit Kaido with the Suryuken. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, this is... Now, this is fun. This is fun. Haki blooms in the heat of battle. Brink of death twice. This man is evolved. You guys head back down. Tell everyone I've got this. Mano a mano. Oh. Okay. We got the color pages. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Good stuff, good stuff. Man. Alright. I'm going to come over to the chat, guys. Whoo! 10-10. 10-10. 10. Oh, man. Woofy season for sure. Woofy season. This boy Luffy had to come in and remind us why he's the main character. Wow.
Savage.
I'm looking at the chat now. Man, oh man, oh man. Wow. 688 people in here. Nearly 700 people. Thank you for dropping by, everybody. Okay? If you're not subscribed, you know, there's a button for that. Wow. This chapter kind of changes everything. Hood Spirit. Hi, Randy. Hope you had fun. I did have fun. I did have fun. Man. R.I.P. ZKK says Femto. Oh, man. Oda never misses. That is correct, Sam Insanity. JD Crowley, how long before a re-version of Conqueror's Haki? That's a... We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Gavin Vales, the 5th Emperor. Yes, the 5th Emperor has emerged. Wheezy Bird, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
People are saying Big Mom is going to make a new Zeus homie. But I think Prometheus is going to eat Kaido's clouds for a bigger power-up than in Whole Cake. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. But if he eats the clouds, then that's going to... that could cause Onigashima to fall sooner. It's interesting, though. If Big Mom does make a new Zeus, that kind of like guarantees like a permanent power-up for Nami, you know? Man. This is kind of wild. I wonder if she makes a new Zeus, if it's going to, you know, because it's taking part of her soul. I wonder if it's going to, like, nerf her a little bit. You know, that might be the way that they end up beating her, is that she ends up creating too many homies. And then we had a super chat from Tonito saying Prometheus is savage. He sure is.
Savage.
Came in clutch. Came in, saved Big Mom. I want to know what that favor is. I want to know what it is. I want to know what it is. Let's see here. Looking back at the chat. Yeah, I mean, I guess making a new homie makes sense as far as doing all that. A lot of people are saying Morge called that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki. So did I. I put out a Zoro video many, many months ago where I talked about it. Let's see. Brandon King, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
He said, I always thought Ashura was a form of Conqueror's Haki. Now, it's interesting if we're going as far as to say that Ashura is Conqueror's Haki, right? I think what's actually happening here is that without realizing it, I think Zoro has coated his swords with Conqueror's Haki. Because if we start going down the rabbit hole of Ashura was Conqueror's Haki to begin with, then, we start a whole thing of, well, then Zoro was stronger than Luffy at Eni's lobby, and then everybody starts, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We got another super chat here from Nisarg. Thank you. Luffy realizing coating Conqueror's Haki with his attack might be his water barrel moment versus Crocodile. So far, he was trying to see which hits hurt. Yeah. And I've been talking about, we... now, it's interesting to see if this is the water Luffy moment, or there's a part of me that is wondering right now if this is the blood moment. Because he showed up and he did Red Rock, and that might have been water Luffy. And now, could this be him figuring out that blood is the way to beat Crocodile? There's a possibility for that. There's a possibility that after this chapter, we actually do finish Kaido off here, which I've always thought, but, Big Mom is the one that's not going to get finished. Man. Luffy's confidence at the end has me pretty sure now that he's gonna finish this. Let's see.
Savage.
All right. Yeah. There's plenty of W's to go around. I'm not here to take them all, guys. Mr. Venator says, now Sanji versus all three commanders one at a time, right, Randy? I don't know. I mean, I could see him bouncing around, but, I still want Sanji versus Perospero, and then probably some sort of a clash with Queen. We've already seen him versus King. Jack could happen. It could happen, but I still think that that's going to be Yamato. Interesting. Giovanni said 500 chapters since last Ashura. Now, is that, exact? That Ashura was chapter 410? I mean, I guess that would make sense. Because 400 was when all of the matchups were getting started. Jeez, did it only take 10 chapters after that to beat all those guys? Wow. Reese said Sanji should steal Prometheus for the Diable Jambe power-up. Yeah. Alright. So, I'm going to take a step away from the chat. I'm going to look back at the chapter. I'm going to start, just talking about some moments now that, we've let it breathe for a little bit here. Jeez, man. This is something else. So we got Big Mom. She's still out of the game. I'm curious as to what's going to happen here with Killer and Kid. Are they jumping off of Onigashima to try and take on Big Mom? Because I don't see that ending very well for them. That's a really confusing moment for me. You know, especially since it sort of goes against everything that I believe, you know, Kid is, which is, you know, a selfish guy that has a vendetta with Kaido that wants to take down Kaido by himself. So it just seems sort of odd to have him run after Big Mom. But I'm not going to get too, you know, too lost in that right now. This was a beautiful chapter. So many great hits. You know, we had Law doing his thing, Zoro obviously doing his thing, you know, confirmation that Zoro has conquerors, which, you know, I mean, we knew was going to happen because Rayleigh has conquerors Haki, and, you know, Luffy's going to be the Pirate King, and there's no way that his right hand isn't going to have conquerors Haki by the end of the story. And I specifically said in my Zoro theory, where, you know, it's titled Year of Zoro, I said, I'm pretty sure Zoro already has it. And here, you know, he had no idea that he even had it. But, you know, I think that this comes with, you know, we need a breakdown of Conqueror's Haki now. Because obviously there's stages of it now. Now we know that Conqueror's Haki can coat attacks just like armament. So, you know, this could be something that Zoro's always had. It could be something that is being brought upon by Enma. That, you know, the Rio and the Haki that's in that blade is sort of like awakening something in Zoro. Man, so many good attacks. My favorite attack was the Shoryuken that Luffy did, though. That was great. And everybody gets W's because everybody wanted Zoro to cut Kaido and leave a new scar. At least I've been saying that for a long time. I've been saying I want Zoro to cut Kaido. I wanted him to really open Odin's scar, right? You know, and I always said I feel like Zoro's going to open Odin's scar, but since he uses 3 swords, there's going to be a new scar attached to it. So he didn't necessarily open Odin's scar, but what he did do was leave that new scar, and that's great. So he left his mark on this man. There's something to be said about Law, though. You know? Because this man took a Thunder Bagua after already being sort of injured and did not get knocked out. So Power Scaler is going to have a field day with that. And they're going to say that, you know, Onigashima Law is already stronger than Act 1 Luffy. Great moments. And all of this stuff with Hyogoro is really hyping up the fact that Hyogoro is going to die. And it's going to be in front of Luffy. And Kaido is probably the one that's going to do it. And that's what's going to lead us to the end of this fight. All right. Jumping back to the chat. Get back into the discussion here. Oh, we got some more super chats. Let me hit these. We've got from Gum Diesel.
Savage.
Does this mean Mihawk does not have conquerors, since Zoro trained with him for 2 years and it was never mentioned to him? I guarantee you that Mihawk has Conqueror's Haki. There's no way for the greatest swordsman in the world to not have Conqueror's Haki when we've seen Roger and Whitebeard both use Conqueror's Haki on their blades. So if you're going to tell me that Whitebeard, who's now confirmed to have Conqueror's Haki on his blade during the Odin flashback, was also alive during the time that, Mihawk was the world's greatest swordsman, and that Mihawk doesn't have Conquerors? No. It's just that he probably left it for Zoro to figure out on his own, and, I guarantee you Mihawk didn't give him all of his tricks. The training, from all I could see, is he probably taught him the basics of armament and then just let him fight all those baboons for 2 years. Spark Soul, 5'10", Randy Math. Yeah. Hey, guys. Oh, because that's right, because he used it again after... he used it against Kuma, didn't he? Against the pacifista at Sabaody. Yeah. So my math was wrong, yeah. But because I was thinking of it in Eni's Lobby, which is in the 400s. So... But, hey guys, I make movies. I'm not a mathematician over here. Gavin Vales, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
I've been waiting for Luffy to earn the right to be called Fifth Emperor. We all have. I've got the, the poster here. The 1.5 billion berry poster there. But at the same time, he's got to earn that. But man, I really... 903 is one of probably my top 5, maybe even top 3 chapters when that came out. Even though he hadn't earned it yet, it was good seeing our boy, make it. Isopod, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
Kaido flashback has to be imminent. Maybe Wapple style, they clash, cut to his backstory, come back to show the sky splitting. Yeah, we need some sky splitting action. That's when we're really going to know he's, Emperor ready. I've been saying Kaido flashback coming, in the next couple of chapters. Could even be in 10-11. That's... Seems like a good place for me. I really think sometime in the next 5 chapters, likely even earlier, next 2 chapters maybe, we're going to start this Kaido flashback, and we need it. There's no way to continue this fight without it. Lobster D. King, don't forget Kid has past beef with Big Mom too, not as much, and it's still meh character-wise, but at least something. Yeah, he went to Big Mom's territory and all of that, but, he was talking about how much he wanted to take out Kaido, so it's like, we'll see. Spark Soul, thank you.
Savage.
You always make me laugh. Such a fun time talking about my favorite series of all time. Have a good day, Randy. I don't think the raid is going to fail, though. Yeah, so like I say, the raid should fail. Will it? Probably not. But it should. It'd be good for character development and all of that. But we're getting some pretty decent development right now. Better than I thought we were going to get. So that's Woda. Goda. Shava. Hey, Randy, greetings from Costa Rica. Just joined the stream. What do you think about this fire chapter? Well, thanks for being here. this chapter is great. I think it's going to go down as one of the best of the arc, especially the Onigashima portion. This trumps, 1,000. What everything Luffy did here was way better than, Red Rock and all of that, even without naming the attacks. Like, I mean, not naming the attacks is, in my opinion, is even more badass. So, this is what we were waiting for. We got a lot of stuff here. Zoro confirmed conquerors. Luffy using, advanced conquerors. Man. Law's durability confirmed. Tank to Thunder Bagua. We still have a handle on Zeus. So if Law and Zoro are going downstairs, that primes us for, and you guys want your early spoilers, that primes us for Zoro to be the one to finally take out Orochi for good, once he's had his conversation with CP0. And Law can give Zeus back to Nami. And then, Law can end up fighting a commander. Who knows? We got a super chat from Vashad Fincher. Thank you.
Savage.
Sup, Savage? Maybe coating your blade with Conqueror's Haki is how you make it a permanent black blade. Like conquering the blade. What do you think? I think that's great. I think it's got to be exactly it. Man. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. And it also even makes more sense because, you go back to the Roger versus Whitebeard fight and you see the Conqueror's Haki on the blades, right? We never saw Odin do that. And we know that Enma is not a black blade. So that the little arcing electricity thing coming off, showing the distinction. We never saw that with Odin. At least not that I remember. Jason, is Zoro finished? No, I think he'll get back up just in time to take out Orochi for good. Very motivated. Enma was the key to unlocking it for Zoro. He's always had it, but now that he has to consciously control Enma, he's able to use his Haki. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Mr. Venator86, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
Let's see what else the chat is saying here. So Joy William, Kid Mecha coming soon? Maybe. I mean, we've already kind of seen it. We saw that pretty early on in the battle. Could it come back? Yeah. Sachin Rawat, hey Randy, and we're back. What if Sanji fights all the beast commanders one by one and Perospero, having so many wins on the down floors like Zoro on the roof? I mean, that would be the way to catch up. Do I see that happening necessarily? I mean, I want the Perospero fight. He's already fought King. Foreshadowing shows that he'll have some sort of an interaction with Queen. And then there's, even the potential for a Jack clash. See, that's the thing with Sanji, is that it's so hard to pinpoint what Oda wants to do with Sanji right now. And it's obvious that Oda is saving him for something big. So just get ready, because it's happening. Sanji's going to have some big wins. The way I see it is Marco is going to get stuck in candy. His flames are not going to be able to heat the candy, because we've been told that his flames do not burn. And that's gonna allow Sanji to come in with the save with a Diable Jambe, melt the candy, have his interaction with Perospero, and his kind heart will want to avenge Pedro in some way. If he finds out about Carrot, it's going to give him even more impetus to take on Perospero. Yep. Ifant says Hiyori will take care of Zoro once again. That's a good thought. If it is not Toki in the storeroom and it was Hiyori, then we could actually get some really great Hiyori and Zoro stuff. And I'm here for that, because that also lines up with how I feel Orochi should go down anyway. There should be some sort of interaction with Hiyori. And I know a lot of people in the chat want to see Hiyori actually turn out to be a closet samurai and, have been taught by Denjiro over the years and use Ame no Harakiri. So that would be great. AJ1218, is my boy Kid going to get Conquerors one day? Well, according to Kaido, he already has it. Because when he beat Kaido when Kaido beat Luffy the first time, he said, "Oh, you have it too, like Kid." Something along those lines, I'm paraphrasing. Chrissy said she just realized she put Mars in a Zoro green onesie this morning subconsciously. He is in a green onesie, and it looks great. AJ1218, 740 Savage Pirates in the chat, but only 250 likes. Let's get it to 400. Yeah, why not? Like the stream, guys. If you're hanging out, like it. It's fun. It's a lot of people. Thank you for being here. Like I said earlier, there's also a subscription button if you like the content. Happy to have everyone here. Happy to interact. Happy to hang out. Happy to talk about momentous chapters like this. Our boy is really living up to the 5th Emperor title. Woofy, woofy, woofy. Mr. Shoryuken ready for Street Fighter. Jacob Trenchfield says Naruto is greater than One Piece. I think you're in the wrong stream, my man. This man got lost like Zoro. Sven says, Randy, does it feel rushed to you? Luffy's conqueror's Haki mastering. That's kind of a lot of stuff in One Piece feels rushed. You go back to Enies Lobby and, you see Gear Second come out of nowhere, Ashura come out of nowhere, Diable Jambe. There was barely, if any, foreshadowing for a lot of upgrades throughout the series. They just sort of happen, Luffy, said that Gear Second was a product of his fight with Aokiji. We can get past that and all that. But, I remember reading Enies Lobby and seeing these power-ups and thinking they were cool, but then saying, like, but where did they come from? The timeline, when did they have the time to train? When did they have the time to do this stuff? And that's sort of in, if I had to, like, gripe about anything in the series or anything, that's something that could be said, but I'm not going to dwell too much on it because it's a shonen and, we're here for it. Now, Luffy, getting knocked out and then waking up and then suddenly, putting 2 and 2 together. It sort of feels a little bit, rushed, but then, you kind of have to think about this is the payoff for Udon, right? The slowest part of this arc. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Oh, no. I got to do this. Nope, that's not it. Well, now he's figured it out. This is it. This is what he wanted to do the whole time. So from that perspective, I'm okay with it. Would I have preferred like a, a 2-month time skip or something where everybody went and trained and then like sort of came back really beefy? Yeah. But Oda's style is to have them learn things as they fight. So yeah. Super chat, Sammy Castro.
Savage.
Thank you for the $10 here. Do you think this new Conquerors level completes Luffy as a great pirate and is now ready to meet battle Shanks, or will there be more? I think there's more. We still have yet to see Luffy crack the sky open, right? And we know that Whitebeard, Shanks, Kaido, and Big Mom are all capable of this feat. Granted, they all used blades or, something, along those lines to do that, and here Luffy is just doing this stuff with his fists, which is interesting. Like, he's really... This man literally just did the exact same thing that the Pirate King did against Whitebeard with his fist. Like, let's talk about that for a second, right? So, Roger did that with a sword, but Luffy just did it with his fist, which just seems like way crazier to me. And it also leads me to believe that Garp can do it too. Garp is called Garp the Fist. Like, he has to have these, like, Conqueror's Haki fists. Like, when we eventually get that Rocks flashback, like, that red lightning and all of that stuff is going to be coming right off of his hands. That's why we've never seen him fight. That's why he's the hero. That's why, man, that's going to be great. But we really need some sky-splitting action from Luffy to really know that he's, like, on their level. When that happens, I'll be like, all right, this dude's ready to meet Shanks. Let's see. A said Luffy got gear second on a filler episode. Technically, Toei tried to show us that he got the idea during movie 7. When he was fighting Ratchet. Or Racket, or, whatever that was. It's been a while. McCall says, hey Randy, out of theme question, but why are there suddenly colored pages at the end of the chapters? Who does them? Translators? So if you go on Twitter, you go on Reddit, a lot of people in the community do color pages. And I love that TCB is adding them to the end of their chapters. It's a good way to showcase artists. There's a lot of people out there that I like. A Monomoon is a very popular one that draws pages from the chapter in the Toei animation style, and I've used some of their work in my videos. L Pipe 3000 is another one, and then BDBGG something. The letters are all really weird, but they do great work too. And if you look in some of my videos, I have links to their work. I don't remember what the letters are. It's a bunch of letters streamed next to each other. Oh man, Walter Cooper. $20. Wow, thank you, man.
Savage. Savage.
Walter said, I think the raid could fail, but Kaido will be beaten and Big Mom will get the upper hand with her kids. But the stirring of the clouds when Luffy was glaring leads me to believe that Luffy will have that big clash. Yeah, I can feel that big clash coming. And that's the other thing, too, is that Kaido can be beaten and the raid can still fail. There's plenty of ways for there to be a teachable moment and a teachable lesson. Like I've always been saying, is that the raid will most likely fail, not because of Kaido, but because of Big Mom. I've been saying this for a long time. Big Mom is going to be the one that's going to do the devastating thing that is going to, I hearken it back, I say this all the time, but I hearken it back to Thriller Bark. Kaido is the Moria. Okay? And right now, this was probably the whole team up and everything, and now Luffy's getting ready to use. He got Bullet, and finally take him out. But once Luffy is exhausted at the end of this fight, they're gonna have to deal with Big Mom, and that's when somebody's gonna get wrecked. Somebody's going to get their soul taken and, their lifespan, whatever. And if Luffy is as beaten and passed out as he was at the end of the Moria fight, then, I don't think fear or anything is going to stop Big Mom from taking Luffy's lifespan. I think you need to be awake and conscious, in order to stop something like that from happening. And that would be a great impetus to take us to the next arc. And, if Big Mom is going to play a role in Elbaf or anything like that, that's a way to get there. We got to get Luffy's lifespan back because he's already been using so much of it throughout the series. Gear 2nd, Ivankov, etc. The immortality operation, which I believe is just Law giving his lifespan. He can't give any more than that. I expect that to play a role. If he does that operation on Luffy, it's going to be because his lifespan was taken away. He used up too much of it. I still want to see one-on-ones with all the Big Mom kids. But yeah, Walter, I really, I feel that clash is coming, especially after this chapter. And if Luffy can do it with his fists, bruh. Yeah. Alright, back to the chat. Rayman, it's so nice to see you interact with fans as a couple. That's relationship goals. I appreciate you saying that, Rayman. If we didn't have Mars in the other room and all of that, I'd probably do more with Chrissy here like we did for the 1000 stream in person. But, I don't need my son, if he ends up crying or anything in the middle of the stream. Yeah. But I appreciate you saying that. That's cool. Lucy B. Oda did say that the Straw Hats have to learn that everything has consequences. Yeah. And you know what? Dealing with Big Mom when they really shouldn't have, involving her in this when they didn't need to, consequences are needed. Still noob. Remember when Luffy said his fist is like a pistol? I love that. Because Law said right here, he's hitting them without touching them. His fist is a pistol. And that is going to be a really great moment. the way I see the Shanks and Luffy interaction happening, for all you guys who love your early spoilers, I see the moment that Luffy and Shanks meet, I totally expect Luffy to just run up and like hit Shanks. Like, it's not going to be like, oh hey Shanks, what's up? It's going to be, oh, I finally see him, well now I need to test myself. And they're going to fight for a little bit, and then they're going to laugh. And then they're going to catch up. But Luffy's going to hit him with one of these attacks. And Shanks will probably say something like, well, you always said your punch was like a pistol. It is now. And that'll be a moment for the ages. I want to see that. Tenyasha. Have to go. It was fun, and see you guys next time. Thanks for coming by. King J. Randy, do you think Garp's Fist of Love is Conqueror's Haki? Yes. It's at least armament, but I'm sure he's got other fists that are definitely coated in Conquerors. Reese, great stream as always. Fire chapter, Woofy season. Have to go now. See everyone. Thanks for dropping by. One sec. Do we even fear a Kaido after all of this? I don't know if Luffy's actually going to end up fighting a Kaido. He may. It'd be nice, but I don't think he's actually going to beat him. Not because he's strong, but I think that the story is going to have other ways of taking a Kaido out. Cold Iron. When are you going to do another live action video? Well, now that we're on break, I'm going to use that time to really edit the next live action video and get it out. It's mostly edited. Like I've said before, the next one is another casting video. So I have like picks for season 2 and a bunch of stuff like with Baroque Works and all of that. So like I did with the part 2 video with all of the casting picks, and I show you like a clip of the character and all of that. Like, it's been a lot to put together, but I have a good amount of the stuff already done. So it's all just in my free time, but it's gonna come out soon. We got a super chat, One Big Dingus.
Savage.
Thanks for stopping by. Would you recommend listening to the OST when reading a chapter? Sometimes I think music would help with the impact of some emotional and intense moments. Having the OST in my ear for this particular chapter was awesome. Because it was like the moment that Luffy stood up, like Overtaken started playing, and I was just like, okay, this is perfect. It's like he stood up and it was just like bump, 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 and it would like the song wasn't like even that beforehand. So it just started like right at that moment, and sometimes it hits like that. So that's why I said, the music just really hit correctly. I've been doing that for years, having the OST play when I read, because it just gives me the closest idea of like watching the anime. And it's just I just like the experience more, because it's a more like 4D experience almost. Just having all of the emotions like sort of hit, and if the music is right, the music is right. Loggy Doggy, my guy, thank you.
Savage.
Sanji give up a limb to Big Mom like Pedro? would be a good way for him to pay for his mistake. And then he could have a cool peg leg like his real daddy. That would be interesting, but I don't see that happening. I can't see... I mean, I guess if, like, anybody was going to lose a limb, like, Sanji would be high on the list just because of Zeph, but I don't necessarily see that happening. But I think that Sanji will eventually earn the title of Red Leg. And I think that, Red Leg will be like him coating his leg in Rio or even Conquerors. What if that's why Zeph was actually called Red Leg Zeph? And it wasn't necessarily because of the blood of his enemies coating his legs, but the fact that he used Rio or had Conquerors. We don't really know his past. We just know he's an OG. Darko Plax, in a one-on-one, always bet on Kaido. Thoughts? Who's your money on? I mean, in One Piece, always bet on Luffy. Even when he loses, he's going to win. So we know he's going to become the Pirate King. So it's Luffy's going to win. Whether Oda drags it out, he's going to win. But it's not going to be until the people of Wano can see it. The people of Wano have to see Kaido be defeated. So Onigishima's got to get closer to Wano. That's the only way that it's going to happen. Wow, we still have 700 people in here. This is crazy. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Surge, 1500.
Savage.
Thank you, my friend. I feel like our Thriller Bark moment could ironically be Blackbeard farming Kaido's fruit and Moria stealing his body. Love the stream, by the way. So, Blackbeard and Moria, like I've said plenty of times, they have stake in this. Just as, like, the Revolutionary Army has stake in this. The Revolutionary Army wants the weapons. Blackbeard wants to, take over everything. So if he sees an opportunity, that's the way it's going to be. If he sees something he likes, he's going to strike. Moria has stake in this because Kaido defeated all of Moria's crew. Could they show up? Maybe. But we would need to see something in an act break that's going to further that, And I've also talked about how, I could see the Revolutionary Army and, potentially even Blackbeard, but probably more so the Revolutionary Army, playing a role in a later act of this arc, and that they've actually been here the whole time, but Oda's just not showing it to us, and when we see the act break, it's going to reveal that they're there, and then, we'll jump back and we'll see that certain things that have happened may be because of other factions' interference. That would be an interesting writing technique and would really make all of the act breaks and why the Reverie was split up and all this other stuff make more sense. Sasuke, One Eyes, and hey Randy, how you doing, buddy? I'm great. Life is good. I'm here hanging out with all of you guys talking about One Piece. The renowned and fabled Sanji doesn't need more punishment. Yeah, I'm with you on that. He just needs to atone for his sins by acknowledging stuff and then and with action. That's it. Boboka, Randy, make a guide on how to win W's. This is just an inspirational video. It's just like, this is how you catch W's, guys. This is how you... Oh, man. It's actually... I'm going to put it in... when I do the review for this chapter, I'm going to shout out the artist. But this artist named Hugo in the Discord created an image for me to use when I get wins. And it's pretty great. I love it, actually. Yeah, another one. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of that. DJ BJ32.
Savage.
Yo ho 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 ho! Thank you for the super chat. I did the Brook laugh because that was what was written in the super chat. Ellie of Harmon. I don't think the black blade theory is true because Shanks doesn't have a black blade. Do we know that for sure? HF copy. Hey, Randy. Hey, how's it going? Lucy B. Randy, do you still think a 5-act structure is in play? It's very possible. I would prefer it to be that way, but you know, Oda could be going with a traditional 3-act structure, and you know, it's just now we're entering the climax. But it would make sense to me if we get to a point where we get Kaido's flashback, we get Onigashima is about to land. You know, we have a little bit of an act break. We find out what's been going on outside. Then we learn something that's going to play into Act 4 that's been happening in the background, and then we start Act 4 with, you know, whatever this ex machina that Oda wants to put into the story is, you know, involved, and we continue there. And then, you know, Act 5 is, you know, Act 4 is where we beat Kaido, and then Act 5 is the epilogue, and potentially where Big Mom does her big tragedy. Brother Keith, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
Big Mom creates a lot of homies, and they so happen to be metal. Kid plays reverse Uno card, proving his level up since their last encounter. I guess there's a possibility for some of the homies to be metal. You know, like maybe that umbrella wasn't a plastic umbrella or paper umbrella or something. Maybe that was metal. We'll have to see, but I mean that would be fun, seeing a bunch of her. You know, if she did make a bunch of metal homies, seeing all of that thrown back at her. But I also don't think that she's seen Kid's power now and has been used, you know, with the repel and all that. So I think Big Mom's a little smarter than that. I think if she did it, she would immediately learn her mistake and not do it again. Hercules D. Zori, thank you for the super chat.
Savage.
Yo, Randy, I just turned it to the stream. Did you enjoy it? Are you satisfied with the reveals? Let's go. Great chapter. Great chapter. You know, my favorite part was when Luffy did the Shoryuken. You know, the Zoro Conqueror's reveal. That's great. Things are happening. You know, our boy's feeling more and more like the 5th Emperor every day. And we got some extra stuff on Law's durability. Tanked a Thunder Bagua. Yeah. It's good. I'm ready for 10-11. I'm ready for this Kaido flashback, too. The Elvilaren. Did Luffy just achieve black sandals? That's a reference to the sea stone sandals that Rayleigh had against Kizaru. The meme theory from back in the day. DJ BJ32, thank you again.
Savage.
Great chapter, but I just want more. Can't wait for anime. Yeah. Onigashima animated? That's gonna be wild. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm excited. Wheezy I think Luffy has team-ups with Kid and Yamato to win. Yeah, Yamato still needs to play a role here. We still need that moment where Momonosuke arrives and Kaido sees Momonosuke in his dragon form, and you know, and has a, you know, and shuns him for not being as good as him, and you know, as strong as him, you know, as worthy as him of that power. Galaxy Vita, Big Mom making a new homie. Probably, and that's going to allow Nami to keep Zeus, which would be great. Esther Sparks, everything was great until I found out that One Piece will be on break for 2 weeks. Yeah, but, you know, Oda's you know, he needs his breaks. Let the man have his breaks. Anime theories, bro. Where do you think Law is going to use his final skill as a surgeon of death, the powers that gain immortality? So I'm pretty sure that Law can only give as many years as he has left of his lifespan to another user. I feel like it's going to be done on Luffy, and it'll probably be done during the final war. Or if Big Mom steals his life force or anything like that, it'll be done to save him. Pitar, Yamato's role in the rest of the arc. I'd like to see Yamato versus Jack, but mostly Yamato's role is going to be to coach Momonosuke on how to use his powers, because Momonosuke is going to be instrumental in saving the Wano citizens by holding Onigashima up using his own dragon flames. Oh my poo, I think Zoro's only using Conquerors now because of Enma, which pulls Haki from him, so it's pulling out his latent power. Not that Zoro's been using it all along. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. I mentioned that earlier. You know, I think he's always had the capacity for it. But you know, Enma's definitely a factor here. Salad Snuck. Next chapter's a Nami chapter. I'm here for it if it is. I'm ready. because that means that Usopp and Tama are going to be there also. Wheezy Bird, I would hope that this is a water Luffy moment rather than a blood Luffy moment, but starting to feel it's more of a blood Luffy moment right now, but we'll see. But, I mean, realistically, it's probably more of a water Luffy moment only because Kaido has to be defeated in front of the Wano citizens, so I think the location is going to change, that'll be the blood Luffy moment. Because Kaido either has to get defeated at Mount Fuji, or he's got to get defeated, like, on Wano proper. Kevin Fox, next cover art prediction would be insane if you guessed it. Yeah, I'm not that good. That stuff is always so random. I mean, it was great that Tama was on a color spread, though. Dead Red, I just arrived. Have you read the chapter already? Sure have. It was fire! AJ, my guy, thank you.
Savage.
My theory on Yamato in the fight is that Kaido will have an upper hand on Luffy. Kid will assume that she is a bad guy and capture Yamato. This will cause Kaido to be distracted like Odin was, and then Luffy wins. See, this would imply that Kaido actually appreciates Yamato. And my headcanon is that their relationship is very, on the rocks. So I can't imagine a scenario where if Kid got a hold of Yamato or something like that, and then and Kaido responded like, that's my son, get off of my son, whatever. I don't necessarily see that. Not the way, I think that there's going to be a parallel that we're going to be able to look at where we'll see that Kaido may not really care for Yamato, but then we'll be able to look at that moment with Jack after he was taken out by the Sulong Meeks. That, here he cared for Jack way more than his own child. But I think that Kaido is going to have to get distracted like Odin did. I like that. I like that part. Like, if that happens, that's great. And that's a good callback. Basanta. Hey, Randy, missed the majority of the stream. Could you delve a bit into this? I did not understand how that Hyogoro flashback helped Luffy understand anything about Conqueror's Haki. So, everything that Hyogoro was trying to coach Luffy on, Luffy already wanted to learn, right? This is stuff that he had already seen. He had seen Rayleigh do it. So he just wanted to copy what Rayleigh did. And now Rio could also not necessarily be an advanced armament technique. Maybe Rio is actually just, the advanced conquerors to begin with, and we've been calling it advanced armament. I mean, I guess there's a potential for that. So I don't necessarily see, because right now, to me, Rio and advanced conquerors are very similar. They're almost the same thing. The implication when Luffy did Red Rock, right, was that he didn't hit Kaido either. So it's just that somehow Luffy put something together. He connected a dot that he needed based on what Rayleigh tried to train him with. And whatever Hyogoro told him now made sense only because he realized that Kaido was doing it. He saw it in practice. Hyogoro couldn't show it to him because he's not in his prime, right? But here he's analyzing Kaido, so he sees it, and then he unlocked it. He figured it out. He figured the code. At least that's my idea going with it. I gotta really collect a lot of my thoughts on all of this because it's all new. This is new territory now. King J, Randy, we got the Luffy chapter, 1000, Robin chapter, Chopper chapter. This is reversed order in which Kuma set the Strats flying at Sabaody. And that order, next chapter, is indeed a Nami chapter. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and that's some big brain Oda stuff if that's really the way he's going about it. I'm okay with that. And that would mean that it would end with Zoro, and that would probably be Zoro taking out Orochi. And I'm here for that. AJ again, thank you.
Savage.
Maybe Kaido gets distracted by a pink dragon on the battlefield. This way Momo ruins 2 epic clashes. See, now that's more like it. That's more like it. The distraction being Momonosuke in his dragon form. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to go about it. I like that. Taya, any possibility of Law having Conqueror's Haki? Maybe, but I don't necessarily feel like Law wants to conquer anything or he wants to be the best at anything. I don't think his goals necessarily align with that, but he did show tremendous durability by tanking a Thunder Bagua, which Act 1 Luffy couldn't do. Galaxy Vita, I think Luffy learned to omit his conquerors. Yeah. He figured out a way to use his conquerors the same way that he uses his armament. And learning Rio was sort of the in-between for all of that. Very motivated. Nami, Usopp, and Tama tame Sweet Pei Pei, and they all take out a distraught Ulti together. This is the chapter I'm waiting for. It's the chapter I'm also waiting for. We've talked about this. A lot. I need it. Especially with all the buildup of, the relationship between Page 1 and Ulti. getting that confirmation that Tama can tame an actual Zoan, and then, you know, Usopp firing that Dango into page 1, and then using page 1 to take out Tama. That's big brain Usopp. That's how he takes out the, you know, the girls. So, you know, he fights all the little girls. I said in the last video, I've said it plenty of times. That's the best way in my mind for him to take out Ulti. It's gonna be great. Dale, do you think Big Mom and Kaido will be defeated at the same time? No, I think Big Mom's going to do something devastating, and she's going to get away, and we're going to have to deal with Big Mom on a different island and a different arc. Harsh Bali, do you think Randy's now officially a 5th Emperor? Not until he can split the skies. But he's close. Very close. Lucy B. Zoro needs to eat a Zenzu bean. Yeah. Oh, man. Guys, can you imagine Luffy doing all of this this stuff that he's doing right now? You know, this Conqueror stuff, but, you know, in Gear 4th. You know, what if he goes Snake Man and he starts using this stuff? That's when things are going to get really wacky. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. 1 second. Right back. Soda. Luggy Doggy, what happens after Kaido is defeated? He's just going to wake up and go back to fighting. Does he need to die? I mean, that is really going to depend on what happens in the act breaks and who gets involved. Because if the Marines get involved and they capture him, then that's something. If Tama tames him, that's a whole other thing. If you know, Luffy could beat him, and then Big Mom could kill him. You know, she could. If Big Mom finds the location of his road poneglyph and realizes that she doesn't need him, you know, she could stab him in the back. There's different ways to do it. Oh God. I just read AJ's comment. Dad just left for cigarettes. I swear he'll be back one day. Oh, man. Really made me do a spit take here, man. Jeez. Enter a name. I skipped your super chat. I'm sorry. Let me try and find it here. Oh, there it is. Enter a name.
Savage.
Kainu's sweating bullets reading this chapter. Yeah. If Luffy and Akainu do fight, Luffy has a way to hit him without hitting him. So, Akainu, Magellan, all these guys sweating. Luffy doesn't have to burn. He doesn't have to get poisoned. Stephen Bricino, maybe due to the same reason Law can't use Haki on Kaido, Tama can't affect Kaido, but she can affect page 1, and that would fix the anticlimactic TTK while still keeping Tama's win. Yeah, you know, like like I've said before, you know, I'm Team TTK, but at the same time, I don't necessarily need it to work. I just want to see them try it. I want to see Usopp, you know, like shoot the Dango, and even if it doesn't work on him, you know, it's a big moment for Usopp. It's a big moment for Tama. We understand a little more about Tama's powers. You know, and we would know going forward that, like, you have to be, you know, it'll work on Zoans, but if you have Conquerors, or if you have a certain level of Haki, or anything like that, or if your Haki's too strong, it's not going to work. So then, you know, we just have to beef up Tama, get her Conquerors, get her up to GOAT status, Emperor status, and then she'll be able to control everyone. I missed another super chat. Sorry about that. From Tonito. What happens to the prophecy of 9 if Luffy beats Kaido?
Savage.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I still want that prophecy of 9 to happen. Man, yeah, because if Luffy's gonna fight Kaido 1-on-1. I think we'll just have to see. You know, if the act break changes things, if Luffy loses, and then they all regroup, and then there's 9 people, you know, dogpiling on Kaido, now stronger and refreshed, and, you know, they can all take him out with Luffy delivering the final blow or something along those lines. Then that works. You know, we still need to understand what the 9 meant, you know, and I still don't think it's a throwaway by Oda, the same way it wasn't a throwaway in Skypiea when Enel said that there would be 5 at the end, even though there was really 6. Yeah, I expect the 9 shadows thing to play out, and when it does, we'll all just be like, whoa. So that's what it is. It's happened. There it is. Alright, looking back at the chat. I love how everybody, you know, talks to each other in the chat. Like, there's real conversations that happen during these streams. You know, it's like I'm talking to you guys, but then you guys are also talking amongst yourselves, and that's just awesome. You know, it's like we really have a community going, and it's really cool. Let's see. Kagemusha, we're listening to you too, Randy. Yeah, I don't mind you. I like that you guys are talking amongst yourselves while also listening. That's great. That's great. Loggy Doggy, we are actually all bots paid for by Chrissy to make you happy, Randy. Well, it's working, Chrissy. Thank you. I finally have people to talk about One Piece with, even if they're all just bots. I wasn't supposed to find out, guys. I wasn't supposed to find out. Let's see. Dead Red. Can I get a refresher on the Nine Shadows thing? It's prophecy, right? Yeah, it's the prophecy that Toki did in the during the flashback. She prophesies that on a moonlit night, 9 shadows would appear and be responsible for taking down Kaido and reopening the borders and all of this stuff. AJ, our rate has to go up now. This is funny. This is funny, guys. Enter a name. Have you heard how Roger's base got spoiled? No, but I did hear that Roger's base did get spoiled, and I think it's terrible. What did he get spoiled on? Because obviously I don't know what he got spoiled on. Soft egg. Randy, your Bounty Rush 3 Admiral's medal set really sucks. What do you mean? Why are you coming at me? Why are you coming at my game, man? Like, they're all gold medals. Like, they're the shiny ones, the colored ones. Like, what, because they're not 18%? You got suggestions on how to make it better? Clyde, someone sent him a fake sponsorship email that was a spoiler? Wow. Why would you go to that length to... Man. That's wild. Some people just want to watch the world burn. You know? There's no like obviously here I speculate, and I've had some people get upset with me because I've said what I think is going to happen in the next chapter, and then it does, and then they sort of like leave a comment saying like, "Oh, I'm done watching because you spoiled me," and it's like, well, you know, it was like weeks in advance. You know, it wasn't like I read spoilers and then spoiled you. The fun of the chapter is like seeing it. So having that ruined, having that moment ruined, I feel for him. Stephen Turchin, One Piece Bounty Rush is honestly the best OP game. You know it. You know it. We in there. Just put Frankie Shogun in the game, and like, I'm loving it. Esther Sparks, who will Sanji fight? I'm hoping for Perospero. Dead Red Sensei got spoiled too? Jeez, man. These people are not... They're heavy with it. Soft egg, because you got crit in them. What's wrong with crit? What, should I just make them all attack? Sebastian Reyes, Randy, you don't know how happy I am every time you stream or drop a video. I appreciate that, man. That's cool. Nice. Very motivated, thank you.
Savage.
With Kaido calling Big Mom invalid, is this the moment their alliance will fracture and we'll get back to what was said about pirate alliances? It's possible. Because if Big Mom does manage to make her way back up there, or, you know, when Kaido and Big Mom do eventually, like, reconvene, there could be a moment where Kaido like calls out Big Mom and they start arguing because of how unprofessional it was for Big Mom to fall off of Onigashima. That's that type of argument is a prime thing to move us into a flashback as well. But I don't see them reuniting for quite a few chapters. But I could see a transition between the two of them arguing and then the two of them arguing as younger people. That'd be interesting. But I do think that, it's definitely, like, if Big Mom does stab Kaido in the back, it could be because she wants to get back at him for, whatever insult he throws her way when she shows back up. Let's see. Hal Papa, why would Sanji fight Perospero? I've talked about it a lot on the channel. There's a lot of if you want to go in depth, I think my 1006 chapter review, like I went back into more details. Sanji is a kind-hearted person. He's going to hold himself responsible for Pedro's death, even though he was a grown man, even though he killed himself. He still was only in Whole Cake Island because of Sanji. Perospero didn't necessarily kill Pedro, but he did harm Carrot, and I think that if Sanji finds out about that, he's gonna have some words with him. And then also, like I mentioned before earlier in the stream, Perospero wants to interfere with Marco's fight with King and Queen, and Marco, his flames do not burn. We've been told this several times throughout the arc. That is foreshadowing. Oda is trying to let us know that his flames do not burn. Why? Because he's going to get stuck in candy, and he's not going to be able to get out. So that's going to leave Sanji with his flames, Diable Jambe, to come in and save Marco. And then that'll be a fight tying us back to Whole Cake as well, since Sanji didn't have a fight then, but he'll still now fight a high-ranking member of the Big Mom Pirates. Not only Perospero. I could see Sanji taking out Perospero with relative ease because he's already hurt, and then moving on to Queen or Jack or something, but just Timmy Toe. So I just came in as the Haki Luffy used the same as Whitebeard and Roger in the flashback. It looks exactly the same. When I was doing my reaction and I saw that panel of the lightning coming off of his hand, I was like, this is exactly what Roger did on his sword. So that's what I'm going with for sure. Chris Saltos, yo Randy, I discovered you like 2 months ago from your video about how Law is a part of Sword. It blew my mind. I think you deserve way more subs than you do now. Your theories are fire emojis times 3. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. And that's a good segue into, if you're not subscribed, listen to my man Chris here. Hit that
Savage.
button. Oh, man. Dev asks, hey Randy, who do you think Zoro's going to fight? I think Zoro needs to be the one to finish Orochi. You know, whether he fights, you know, if he takes over the king fight from Marco or anything like that, that's to be determined. But if Hiyori was the one in the storeroom, then Hiyori can patch up Zoro, and then he can tie up that whole thread with Hiyori and Zoro and how he wants to avenge Tonoyasu, and that would be great. Zoro's already done enough this arc to where he doesn't like need to finish off someone, and I'd be okay with it. Like he scarred Kaido. Like that's gonna help Luffy in the end. Like that scar is gonna like either open up from some punch that Luffy gives him, something like that. It's gonna be Zoro's done enough. He did great. Brandon King, what do you think of this? Kaido gets distracted by Blackbeard. Shiryu kills him unsamurai-like. Blackbeard steals his fruit, brings the outside into Wano tragically, sets up Zoro versus Shiryu. Well, it would be funny if the Nine Shadows are actually Blackbeard's crew, right? And they show up, and that would be interesting. That would be a twist. That would be a twist. Blackbeard's crew shows up. They're the Nine Shadows, and then he has the Yami Yami no Mi, and then also if Moria is there, part of the Shadows. I don't necessarily see that happening, but I think it would be more interesting if Blackbeard had Orochi's fruit rather than Kaido's. But I also think that Blackbeard already has a third devil fruit, and that's what allowed him to eat the other two. I'm very partial to the Cerberus theory, and that's why he has 3 heads on his flag, is that he's already eaten a Zoan, and then he gave the other 2 fruits to his other heads. A Cerberus is a 3-headed dog. Warty, you said yourself, Randy, the simplest answer is often the best. Sanji versus Queen. Yeah, and there's a lot of foreshadowing for it. But from a dramatic standpoint, I really just want Sanji versus Perospero. It's like it's not even, there are some clues in the story, but it's just something that I want to see. Not that I'm like predicting that it's going to happen necessarily. It's just that like I love Sanji as a character. I love Perospero as a character. I want them to fight. I think they're 2 great characters that would mesh well together. And yeah, there is foreshadowing for it, but it's just something I want to see. Whereas Queen as a character, I really don't care about. I think they're one of the better villains in the arc. Oda is writing them well enough, but maybe it's the anime. It's the first time in a really long time that I don't actually like the voice actor in the anime. Ian Salgado, thank you so much.
Savage.
Love your content. You're probably my favorite One Piece YouTuber. Hope you have a great weekend. Ian, thank you for saying that. There's a lot of people that do what I do, so that's high praise. It's high praise. This is all for fun for me. I come in here and we got this community going, and I just love talking about One Piece with you guys. This is great. Marcos Vivoni, will Mars appear to say hi in 2-ish years? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know if maybe. We gotta see. If he ends up doing something silly and all that and it becomes a meme, I think I'd feel bad. Galaxy Vita. Randy, not a believer in the three souls theory. Time to show him the way. The three souls thing is fine. I just like the Cerberus one better. You know? I'm sure there's something that ties into rocks as well, but we'll see. There's a lot of questions that need to get answered in regards to BB. Very motivated. Sanji versus Perospero versus Queen. Three-way cage match. Belt hanging from the top of the cage. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Malcolm Baptiste. Fire content. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You got the OG wanted posters, your avatar there, I see. AJ1218, great point. In some ancient Greek translations, Cerberus always has at least one head awake in order to guard the river Styx. And we know that Blackbeard did not sleep during the ceasefire. I like that. I did not know that. But that even makes that Cerberus thing even better. Wow. That's great. Enigma Sword, thank you.
Savage.
Will you always stream here on YouTube, or do you think you'll ever try streaming on Twitch? Would prefer YouTube, but we'll follow you wherever you stream. I don't really know anything about Twitch. You know, Twitch is like it's like a young man's game, you know. I don't, you know, I know that there's a lot of other YouTubers and all that, and I've even what do you call it? Collabed with them on Twitch, but I don't like have a Twitch account or understand how it works or all this stuff. Like, you know, I've seen some streams. People are like, "Oh, thanks for the Twitch subs," and all. I don't even know what that. I don't know how that works. I understand YouTube, so you know, I'll probably just keep up with YouTube unless, you know, there's some advantage to Twitch streaming. Like, is there something about Twitch that makes it better for streaming than YouTube? Because I don't know. If it's a better platform for it, then, you know, let me know. But you know, I didn't even know about streaming on YouTube until we did the one for $9.97, and you know, honestly, I never thought I was going to, you know, do streaming when I started doing this stuff, but I love it. I love talking with you guys. This is way better than, you know, like, I still love putting my videos out and doing my edits and reading the comments for that, but this is way better than just reading the comments for the videos I put up. Chin, any plans for 2 weeks, no chapter? Put your ideas for an in-between stream for like next week, you know, some sort of topic that we can talk about. You know, we did the old theories the last time, and that was fun, and you know, we got a lot of people out for that, and I had a great time doing that. If anybody has some other ideas, drop them in the chat. Mario Flores,
Savage.
hit us with the Bane impression, my guy. So fun fact about like Bane, like, so I worked on the movie Dark Knight Rises, right? So I knew about what Tom Hardy was doing with the Bane voice before the movie came out. And I remember the day that we blew up the PNC Stadium in Pittsburgh, because that's where it was filmed. And it was just that whole speech that he gives just on a loop. And after that day, I was like doing the impression for a long time. It's just like, I would walk around places, the movie hadn't even come out yet, and I'd just be like, take control of your city. Nobody knew what I was doing until the movie came out. But I guess you watched the stand-up stuff I have on the channel. Yeah. I've got a lot of impressions, guys. I got a lot of them. That one's not even my favorite. Christopher Walken's my favorite impression to do. Ellie Patterson, thank you.
Savage.
Cheers to my favorite One Piece YouTuber. Sanji versus Perospero would be fantastic. And justice for Pedro. Yes. Let's get it on a shirt. Like, vote for Pedro. Justice for Pedro. It's probably a pretty good shirt idea, actually. Now that I can... I started playing around now that the YouTube allows me to make merchandise or whatever. I started playing around with shirts last night. I actually had a little bit of free time. So I'm trying to make stuff that, like, is, you know, I'll have stuff for the channel, but I want to make stuff that just kind of, like, looks cool. Like, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything, you know, necessarily One Piece related. It's just some certified drip. Let's see. Yeah, Lucy B. Tuning into Roger's base is still going to be fine. You can be spoiled on this chapter, but seeing it is still... Like, this is the kind of chapter that you can get spoiled on, and honestly, seeing it is way better than hearing it anyway. Kitsune. What if Prometheus eats Napoleon? That's interesting. Or merges, or fuses. Promopolian. Colossal Hunting MR, thank you.
Savage.
Gear 5th Savage Man incoming. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Oh, we got more super chats here. Yamil Diaz, Twitch is the Wild West of streaming. Talk to I'm the King, Old Timer Randy. Old Man Randy, not understanding Twitch be like, for what you're doing, YouTube's better. Yeah, I know. I'm just making jokes here, guys. Still don't really know much about Twitch. Ben DeGear, thank you.
Savage.
Yo, Randy, gotta get my weekly dono in. Stay up. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Drake Lucan, yo, Randy just checked in. How'd you like this chap? Fire! Fire, fire! That Suryuken from Luffy. Still the best part. And I'm probably going to make an edit for that in the review intro. Oh, man. Damien S. I see. Okay, so I'm at the part for the thing where everybody's trying to come up with ideas for the next stream. Favorite fan fruits. It's interesting. I don't know enough of fan fruits. Have everyone tell you their favorite characters and then roast them, says Loggy Doggy. No, we gotta, we'll keep it friendly here. We'll keep it friendly. Damien S. maybe casting ideas for later in the series past Alabasta. So I already have a video that I'm coming out that's based on that. And I'd rather it be a video like that rather than a stream, because then everybody's gonna have to like Google who I'm talking about and all this stuff, and I'd rather just have it be a video where you can see the person and all that. But when I release that video, I'll make sure that the chat's available so that we can premiere and everybody can talk about it as it's happening. Surge 1500. How about a stream on your experience in the film industry? I mean, if there's enough demand for something like that, I mean, this channel originally was like, for my film industry and endeavors before, over a year ago, making most of the content One Piece. It's like I put my acting reels on here, stand-up, short films, music videos I directed. And when the pandemic's done, I'm still going to diversify the channel like that with more stuff like that eventually, because it's what I do and I like that stuff. But if people want to hear about the film industry and all that, and we'll have people in the chat, and I don't mind. It's got plenty of stories. But it's sometimes when I do things like that, it comes off as like I never want anybody to feel like I'm I'm bragging or anything when I say that I work in the film industry. I mean, I work towards it. Yeah, I've met a lot of celebrities and all this stuff, but a lot of that stuff doesn't really mean anything to me. It's just fun. It's fun. Like, it means something to me to be a part of the film industry, but I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. It's just... But then there's another one. Ian Salgado, could you do a stream talk about projects you've done in the past and what those experiences were like? All right. Need more Bane impressions. A Q&A on screenwriting. Are there enough writers in the chat for that? No. Best foreshadowing from Goda. That's an interesting topic. Mario Flores, thank you.
Savage.
What do you think Prometheus asked to Big Mom, though? Something that's going to power him up. Whether that's fusing with Napoleon, which someone brought up earlier. I like that. Or to make a new Zeus. It's a couple of different options. Elias.
Savage.
Thank you. I forgot to send message earlier. I am from Singapore, and it's 2 a.m. here. Just sending a message to support you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you being here. It's it's very late over there, obviously. You got a 12-hour difference between you and I. But I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And then there was another super chat from Ilias.
Savage.
What's that? Whew. $20. Thank you. Wow. Appreciate you. Thank you. That's double doni. Double dono. Is Napoleon a black blade? Probably. James Halleck.
Savage.
So for Luffy, what's your thoughts on Conquerors having a negative effect on his body? As he's gradually leveled up, we've seen the negative effects. That's an interesting thought. Because obviously we had, Gear Second drained his lifespan. I have a feeling that this Conqueror's Haki may not have a negative effect. But then again, could putting your body through this much strain be what not only made Roger sick, but Whitebeard sick as well? Now, that's just a thought that I came up with right now. But if Kaido can do it as well, we haven't been shown that he's sick. So there's probably plenty of ways to debunk that. But this is something that Luffy is emitting rather than something that he's pushing his body to do. There's a difference between what he's doing with Gear Second and maybe even Gear Third than what, and Gear Fourth for sure, than what he's doing by focusing essentially his willpower into a flying punch. Roberto, have I ever been starstruck, or do I feel pretty immune to that? I was starstruck a little bit when I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I'm a huge fan of the Terminator movies, and when I got to work on a Terminator movie, that was like the first time that I just kind of like stopped, and I was just like, wow, like that's literally my hero over there. And then my favorite actor is Christopher Walken, and I just recently had an opportunity to work with him, because I had taken a job a few weeks ago, and he's my other favorite actor. I wasn't as starstruck with that, but I did see him on Broadway once, so that might have lessened that. But it was still a good time. Very motivated. Did we talk possible stream idea for the break? That's what we're doing now. Ben DeGear, did Randy, don't skip my super chat. I hit your one that said, did you do a second one? Did I miss it? It does take me a while to catch up there. I think I got it. Lucy B said, I met Arnold once, as I am German and he is Austrian. He was glad to talk in German. That's great. I love that. Chin walking as goated for sure is. Yep. I should, Jonathan Rivera, I should set up at least one panel from each chapter with my figures. Well, that would mean I would have to do 1,010 pictures, and I just don't have the time for that. Kagemusha, gotta go. Great stream. Thanks for being here. All right, guys. So I think we're at our normal area of about 2 hours where I normally wrap this stuff up. We've talked about pretty much everything here. It's mostly now time to figure out what we're gonna do next week. There's a lot of people that want to hear me talk about my time in the film industry. And if that's really what you guys want to hear about, and me sort of like talk about different stories or anything like that, that could be the in between stream. But the other one that I saw that I thought was cool was talk about the best foreshadowing in One Piece. Loggy Doggy, do a Bob Ross style art stream where you paint and color popular panels from the manga. Well, I mean, that would be mostly me drawing a bunch of happy little bushes and probably not much else. I'm a decent drawer, but haven't painted probably since kindergarten. Let's see. Illicit foreshadowing. Looks pretty split. Looks pretty split. I mean, I think we could probably do both at some point. What celebrity is a closet One Piece fan? Well, apparently Jamie Lee Curtis is known to be a One Piece fan. Yeah. So I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about the foreshadowing thing. I'd have to, do some thinking on. Maybe we'll do the film one, and then the next break, we'll do the foreshadowing, or the foreshadowing and then the film one. Either way, we'll every time there's a break, we'll try and figure out something to talk about. And if we have nothing to talk about eventually, then we can just hang out and figure something out. But run a Twitter poll. Yeah, that's cool. We'll probably get a bunch of people. If I do the film industry one, we'll probably get a bunch of people that have no idea what One Piece is in the chat, that just see it because based on whatever it's tagged, and they're just like, oh man, what's up with all these like One Piece toys in the back? What's up with all this anime stuff? I'd be like, well, welcome to this channel. Either way, it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Still says that we have 600 people in here. Is that right? Really? Wow. No, I refreshed it. We got 400. But that's great. I want to thank everybody for being here. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the stream if you haven't. Road to 11K. Road to 1 million. Let's go. Thanks again for everything, guys. This was a great chapter. 10-10 binary. I'll see you guys probably on Sunday or whatever when I put the review out. I do the review, and hopefully sometime soon, the next live action part 4. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys next week, and in the comments of the review. Thanks again as always.